Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Captain Gonzo with That Flight Sim channel. We are live, and yeah, we bit the bullet. We bought the A220 from AnyBuild and Synaptic, right? I know this has been one of those products that literally the entire community has been going bananas over, and we're gonna find out if this thing's any good or if it's not good. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? Not a whole lot. What up, Heath? Yeah, we back. Yes, sir. Been busy past couple of weeks. By the way, I tried doing a live several nights ago in the sim and completely crashed, so that kind of threw me for a loop, and unfortunately that's all the time that I had that night. But today we've got some time, so we're gonna go ahead and explore the A220 together. And just a heads up, guys, my live streaming setup has been a little funky lately. Something got kind of tossed around, so if you see me alt tabbing and you see windows pop up in the background, I apologize. I gotta go back in there and readjust some things, but you can see me, you can see the plane, and you can also see my joystick. Hey, there we go, Moza AB6. I gotta show you guys the new setup that I am currently sporting. Stay tuned for that, because we'll be unveiling both Captain Flacco and I's new setups. We're picking up a new partnership with a very well-known name in the industry, but more on that another day. Guys, let's go ahead and do a quick exploration around the A220. Here we go. We're an MCO, by the way. This is going to be a flight on Breeze Airways from Orlando International to Key West. This is a flight that I actually got to fly on for real a few months ago. My wife and I were traveling down to the Keys for our anniversary, and so we were able to fly this exact same airplane, exact same gate, exact same route that we're about to do. Guys, I've already tested out the A220 as of this morning and even last night. By the way, I'm an idiot. Let me remove that banner. There we go. I've already tested it out. I do have some things that I want to point out once we get aboard the aircraft. However, right now, I am noticing a difference on the performance already. And you know what I did? I went to my library and the marketplace, and I installed the aircraft instead of streaming it. And so I got the hot fix. If you guys are unfamiliar, AnyBuilds and Synaptic already put out a hot fix version 1.0.1 just last night, because people were reporting issues with performance, right? And that was something that I was gonna right away start hammering down on the aircraft, because if you guys have been following us for a while, you guys know that I like to be very blunt and honest, and AnyBuilds has a reputation for just literally destroying everything they get their hands on in terms of optimization when the aircraft releases. Anybody here remember the A350 when it first came out? Yikes, right? Anyways, guys, look at this majestic Bombardier. Oh, whoops. Airbus boys are going to lose their ish. Yes, guys, this is a Bombardier CS300. Okay, that is the original designation, but Airbus, being Airbus, they decided to buy it, and now it is known as the A220. To me, it isn't quite an Airbus. It isn't quite anything Boeing. It's just Bombardier. The way I explain it is, if a Global, a Learjet, a Challenger 650, and a regional jet had a baby, and this is what you kind of get. Now, I know it looks nothing like the BD700, right? The Global family. What I mean is the cockpit and the avionics, right? It's very advanced aircraft for its type, which is why I like it, because it is not an Airbus, it's not a Boeing, it's something completely unique. Anyways, guys, the modeling is phenomenal. It looks great, sounds exactly like the real thing. Again, I got to fly on this airplane from this exact location on this exact same flight that we're about to do right now, heading down to Key West. And when I heard the engine spool sounds, I was like, holy crap, this thing is phenomenal. All right, enough chit-chattering. Let's get in the cockpit. I'm gonna stop the music because it is time to get serious. Here we go. I gotta open up say intentions, so pardon the interruption there. Uh-oh, there we go. Again, guys, don't freak out. It's just my display options have been a little flimsy, so you'll pardon my awkward silence. Okay, let's go ahead and get the GPU connected. So we're in the EFB. There we go. GPU is attached. I can hear it powering on in the background. Now, guys, I like to say this for all of my videos or lives that I do aboard a brand new airplane. Hey, DX, saying hello from DFW to school me on the A220. Brother, we're about to school each other, okay? Because I know jack squat about the A220. In fact, before Synaptic even released this plane, I didn't try out any other variant, or what's the other one? Is it Virtual Co or FSS that has an A220? Never touched it. I have zero clues, zero ideas about the A220 in general. Again, to me, it's still a Bombardier CS300. If you're an Airbus fan and you're pissed at that, I'm sorry. All right, go cry your tears to the Airbus manufacturers. But I don't like that it's an Airbus. It's just me, guys. But here I am flying it with an Airbus side stick. So I'm gonna talk some smack. I'm gonna be complaining as per usual. But excuse me. As I like to mention, with a brand new aircraft, guys, I haven't learned this airplane completely all the way through. I've watched a few videos here. I saw V1 simulations. I've seen other big names out there on YouTube, and I kind of just mimic what they do. This is a very simple startup. Cold and dark. We've got the GPU enabled. What we want to do is grab those batteries, right? Batteries 1 and 2, throw them to auto. You can hear avionics. You can hear the cooling fans coming online. And all you got to do is press the external power, which is available. DX, trust me, brother. This plane is a breeze. No pun intended. It's very simple to use. So there we go. GPU is connected. Now, the first thing we want to do is kind of do a quick flow. You don't really have to press anything. This is why it's reminiscent of Airbus cockpits, right? You don't really press much. You'll see it's very simple. All of this can stay the same. We're going to go here to the hydraulics. We're going to set hydraulics 3 alpha to auto, 3 bravo to auto, 2 bravo to auto. Keep the PTU on auto. Everything else can stay the same. And this is like Airbus. If you don't see anything on those switches, then that means you're good. Again, take that with a grain of salt, however, because I still don't know this airplane all the way through, and I'm only assuming because it is similar to an Airbus. After all, it is the Airbus 220. So fuels can stay on auto for the boost pumps. Transfer can stay off. Air can stay as is. Bleeds are all enabled. We've got the external power running. We're going to go up here to the top right. Make sure your ELT or emergency located transmitter is armed. So that stays that way. And down here, emergency lights, make sure they are armed. And then next, we're going to verify nav light is on. If it was nighttime, you can go ahead and turn on your logo light. We'll go ahead and set seatbelt signs to on and personal electronic devices, no personal electronic devices, to on. That's it. Overhead is done for. Next thing we'll have to do later is turn on our APU. But we're not going to do that just yet. Now, we're going to look down at the cockpit, and there we go. Avionics are online. Airplane's alive. Everything is smooth and looking good. We're going to clear that prompt. Now, for the IRS, there are no knobs. You just let the airplane do its thing. Let it synchronize. It'll figure out its own location. All we got to do is start telling it what flight plan we want. So, go down here to the EFB. We're going to go to My Flight. We're going to import from SimBrief. There she goes, MCO to Key West, current METAR, showing winds out of the southwest, 220 at 10, gusting 17. That is accurate. I just checked the METAR through FarFlight to make sure that it is current. So we're good. We're going to expect runway 17 right for the departure. Should be a relatively quick and simple taxi. And then Key West looks like they're also experiencing winds out of the west-southwest, so we're going to expect runway 27. That's set. We're going to go to the load sheet. We're going to do SimBrief import. There we go. Fuel load, passengers. That's a lot of people, by the way, 140. And we're going to load aircraft. I'm going to press it again because sometimes it does not synchronize for whatever reason. But keep in mind, this is a brand new airplane, okay, guys? So not perfect by any means. Let's go to takeoff performance. We're going to go ahead and do this now. Hey, Metal Bosses just subscribed. Thank you so much. Welcome to that Flight Sim Channels family. And again, first time that I'm going to be expoing here at the A220. By the way, guys, I know there's been a lot of controversy on YouTube, on the social media platforms from content creators that are praising and saying this is the best add-on. We have no relationship, no affiliation whatsoever, no sponsorship with IniBuilds or Synaptic, okay? They don't even know who we are, okay? I've trash-talked IniBuilds before because they piss me off, and I will explain why in a few moments, but I am ready to eat my words because I'm already noticing a difference, and I'll get to that in just a second. Let's go ahead and set up our takeoff parameters. We're expecting runway 17 right. Runway updated. We're going to synchronize the weather. There we go. Winds 220 at 10. Temperature outside is 33 degrees Celsius. Trust me, I was just cutting my grass and it is hot. We still have to set up our performance on the FMS, so let's go ahead and leave that there for now. What I want to do is bring up my load sheet, and I want to keep these values accessible, right? So we're going to pan over. Let's go to the FMS. Now, this is where you might notice some performance quirkiness, right? There's a lot of glass displays here. Obviously, this is a modern cockpit, touchscreen. The aircraft is very, very intense on your performance. But after doing an install on my library, not the stream, I'm already noticing a insane difference in performance. Now, I hope that's the case for the remainder of the flight. I'll cross my my fingers, and hopefully that's the case. Okay. So you can see right here, this is your status, showing your database, what nav data you got. There we go, CS300. Haha, it is a Bombardier after all. It is not an Airbus. Engine variants, Pratt & Whitney 1524 series, and blah, 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 blah. We don't have to touch anything here. I'm going to show you the simple way to do this, okay? We're going to go to Flight Plan. And you can type everything in here, and it's pretty cool. All you do is you go down here to your scratch pad, right? You have a little scratch pad right here. And if you start typing in whatever you want to type in, this is your scratch pad. And then all you do is use your cursor and select where you want to drop that value or those inputs. We're not going to do that. We're going to delete that. And then what we're going to do is go to Flight Plan Uplink. We're going to press send. There it is. And you see how it says complete? And you're probably wondering, where's my flight plan? Well, it's kind of funky. What it does is it downloads your flight plan and it spits it into your secondary flight. So what you're going to do is come up here to the active window, press secondary, and voila. MCO to Key West. Flight number, we are going to be Moxie, so that is the Breeze Airways call sign. 716, if I remember correctly. Yep, 716. So there we go. Look at the scratch pad, MXY 716. We're going to just click that region. Booyah. Okay, that's said and done. Estimated time of departure. What time is it now? It is 12:56. I want to say... Yeah, let me just look at my debrief here real quick. I can grab this, go to SimBrief. I like to keep this handy. View. Kind of laggy there with the screen. Departure 1710, so we'll say, yeah, 1710. I'm going to just use Zulu time. I don't think it really matters. Cruise altitude 28,000 feet. Keep in mind this is a short hop, about an hour of airtime between Orlando and Key West. It'll be quick, okay? But I like it because it's going to give us just enough time to explore the aircraft and kind of go through its paces. Here we go. I'm typing in MIA for our alternate. So I'm going to type that in and spit it here. And then alternate cruise altitude. I'm going to say if we were going to go to there, I'm going to go lower. I'm going to go 220. Because from here to Miami is like a 40-minute flight overall. So we're going to leave that there. Departures, we're going to click that. And we're expecting the Fusion 4. So we're going to click there. Select your runway, 17 right, Fusion 4, plumber transition. Done. There's our departure. Arrival is going to be the Kraken 1 via the Carter transition. So Kraken 1, Carter. And we're going to expect the RNAV runway 27 with Akuns as our transition or initial approach fix. There we go. So that's all set up nice and dandy. Let's go to winds. Let's see if this will do it correctly. Flight plan winds request. Complete. It might take a while, but they will update and you can see it's showing your waypoints. So we got to give it a second. We'll try it again later. See if it works. And then fuel. I'm going to switch this to sensed so that the aircraft detects what the fuel is on board. If I look up, we've got 10,200 pounds. Yes, that's exactly what we need. And then let's look at our weights. So our zero fuel weight right now is 114.390. 114.390. We're going to spit that it's in here. And then our CG, 25.3. 25.3. Booyakasha. We've got 140 passengers on board today, so we're going to type in 140. And then block fuel, 10,200. That looks about right. Here we are. Okay, so we're going to leave that there for now. I got to go back to init, activate, execute. So now that tells the FMS, the flight management system, this is the flight plan I want to be active. Let's see if it'll do it now. Aha, there we go. Now I've got my winds. And this is crucial, guys, because this is going to help the FMS really give you better performance, what do you call it? Parameters, right? In terms of your VNAV, right? Your climb, your cruise, and your descent and arrival. So Not necessary, but if you really want to take it a step further into realism, you want to have this because you can see your variance in winds, right? So at 18,000, temperatures -5 degrees Celsius, winds 240, true at 9er. And then we're going to be at flight level 280, so somewhere between 30,000 and 24,000, and you can see already, so our temperature is going to be below 0. And then winds are still going to be prevailing out of the west-southwest, kind of mild, so nothing to be concerned. Fuel, there we go. It's been updated. You can see your destination, distance to go, estimated time en route, ETA with 6,200 pounds remaining. And for our alternate, it would be with 4,800 with 2 hours and 31 minutes estimated time en route on the way to Key West and then back up to Miami if we had to divert. Anyways, that's all said and done. You can go to the route page. You can see all of my flight plan stuff has been already set in. We can see discontinuities here, and that's fine because per the departure, you would do an intercept at 596 feet on a heading of 178. Then you turn outbound towards bait. And after bait, you get vectors towards fusion or fusion. Don't worry about it. We're going to hope that Say Intentions gives us the right routing. And then from there on out, I can go ahead and delete some of these. You can see we put Carter in, or the flight plan has Carter twice. So what we can do is go down here. We're going to press the delete. We're going to select one of these Carters. We're going to select this one. Delete. And we're going to delete that discontinuity between Carter and Kraken. There we go. And that's going to help, again, the FMS kind of give you a more accurate top of descent so that when you enable your VNAV path, the aircraft has a better idea of when it should initiate that descent so that you start meeting all of these altitude constraints. And then right here you can see Akuns listed twice because that is part of our STAR, or standard terminal arrival, into Key West, and it also happens to be our initial approach fix for the RNAV runway 27. So we can delete that as well. So we're going to press delete. Let's delete this one right yonder. And then we're going to delete that discontinuity. So delete. And we're going to press execute. And now you can see sequence is auto, so the FMS knows to go from each waypoint to the following one in sequence. We're all set. Last thing we got to do is set up our performance. So here's where we got to go back to our performance calculation. I'm going to go with flaps 2, and that seems to be the standard on these airplanes. Don't have to worry about my route. Let me go ahead and set up our weather info. So departure, we're going to have an outside air temperature of 33 degrees Celsius. So type it into your scratch pad, hover your mouse, click. And winds are 220 at 10. 220, 10. We're going to slap that in here. And then we're going to see whatever the FMS or the calculation wants to give us for our performance. So we're going to look back over here. It's going to be kind of funky. Takeoff, we're going to sync FMS. There we go. It's got the actual weight. Flap settings 2. Packs will stay on. Anti-ice will be off. Thrust config auto. We're going to press calculate. There we go. Thrust rating of TO-2. V1 of 131. Rotate at 135. V2 of 139. We're going to press send to FMS. Data has been sent. And there we go. We've got our V speeds. Bleed source, I'm going to set this to engines. That's going to be our bleed source for the takeoff. Everything else here, Excel heights and all that, I haven't really messed around with too much, guys, to be honest. So I'm not going to bother even teaching you anything here. Flex temperature, I'm still a little confused with this one because I don't see any flex temperature calculations on the performance calculator. But I'm going to come up with something random. I don't know, 55 degrees Celsius. Why not? And we're going to mess with that. Okay, for our climb, yeah, we're going to climb at 275, although I think I can be a little bit more aggressive than that. So I'm going to go with like 260. There we go. A little bit better. So we're going to get a little bit just more aggressive pitch. Cruise, we're going to be at, let's make it 300. I don't know what the Mach equivalent is at flight level 280, but we're going to do that. And then for our descent, that can stay the same. Speed and altitude limits, 250 below 10,000. Transition altitude, flight level 180 is fine. Arrival, we'll take care of this once we're airborne and we've got a current weather information for Key West. And just like that, we're good to go. Now on the right-hand side here, on the co-pilot FMS side, you can go to power on. What I love about this checklist is it's a true digital checklist. It knows when all of the parameters that are asking for have been met. That's why most of these things are green. ECL DU2, that's just telling you your electronic checklist. It wants you to pop it up on your display unit too. I'm not going to do that. I don't care. We're going to check it. APU or external power as required. We're on external power. Complete. Pre-flight. First flight of the day, sure. You can go and do all your tests, circuit breakers, yada, yada, yada. Operations engineering bulletins, nope. Emergency equipment, gear pins, why not? Overhead panel has been set, glare shield's good, displays are good, ECAS and info, altimeters, we gotta get that. I gotta pick up ATIS. Center panel checked, pedestal checked, and sight sticks are good. We're gonna keep up the before start checklist. Now let's go and explore our radio panel, which sits right here. And there we go, I'm already noticing a bit of performance degradation. Let's see what ATIS is on. 120525. 120525. And it is a little bit laggy here on the display as well. You're going to see a lot of ghosting. Here we go. 525. We're going to slap that into our active. If it wants to press. No. Hold on. Let me switch the camera over. You can see how it's lagging a little bit, right? Like, there we go.
Is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Tango.
Okay, information Tango.
Orlando International Airport. Information Tango. 1653 Zulu. Arriving runways 18 right, 17 left.
Okay, that checks out.
Departing runways 18 left, 17 right. Wind 220 at 10, gusting 17.
Yep.
Visibility 10. Few at 3900. Broken at 4900. Broken at 15, 15,000.
Okay.
Temperature 33.
Mm-hmm.
23. Altimeter 29903.
29903. Hey, Alpha. Yes, this is a brand new aircraft, my good friend. It just released last night or yesterday afternoon. And yeah, it's been a very, very popular aircraft, to say the least. Okay, let me switch out of this frequency. Clearance is 134.7. 134.7. Here we go. It's kind of cool having your radios right here on the glare shield or next to your mode control panel, as I like to call it. Let's go ahead and give Orlando a call. Let them know we're ready to copy our IFR to Key West. Orlando clearance, good afternoon. Moxie 716 with Tango requesting IFR to Key West.
Moxie 716 cleared to Key West via the Fusion 4 departure, then is filed, climb and maintain 9,000. Expect flight level 28010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.4, squawk 5611. Expect runway 17 right.
All right, clear to Key West via the Fusion 4 departure. Climb and maintain 9,000. Expect flight level 28010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.4, and we're squawking 5611. Expecting runway 17 right for Moxie 716. 5611, so we're going to use the dials here.
Moxie 716, read back correct.
Yeehaw. 5611, so it's pretty simple to use this knob. There we go, 5611. You saw that, I don't know if you noticed that, how badly it lagged. Okay, we've got that set. We know our departure frequency. We got to go to ground frequency now, 121.8. Almost there, guys. There we go, 121.8. We're going to slap that into our active. Let's go ahead and get ready to fire up the APU. Alpha saying, been thinking of getting into jet card career mode, is getting quite stale. Yeah, man, do it. Come join us. We're TFSC executive. If you've seen our posts, we're hiring, and I think you would have a lot more fun than this default default career mode, man, that I just find annoying. All right, let's fire up the APU. Pretty simple. Turn the APU start switch to start, and let it do its thing, and let's go outside.
Ground Caribbean Airlines 482, taxi to the gate.
Caribbean Airlines 482. Taxi to parking via Alpha 2, Alpha, Bravo 10, Bravo, Bravo 11.
You can hear that puppy coming online. Look at the inlet.
Bravo 10, Bravo, Bravo.
She's a good looking plane, man.
Airlines 482.
Frontier Flight 3401. Give
Your
way to the
CMCFI,
Airbus
what up, man?
8220
Welcome back.
ahead.
Good to see you. And Alpha, yes, sir. This is exclusively available on the marketplace as of now. Very soon, I think AnyBuilds is going to be offering it through its Any Manager, and we'll be able to transfer the purchase from the marketplace to the AnyBuilds Manager app.
Runway 18 right.
All right, APU is online, so that's a good sign. We can verify that the APU generator doesn't show an off lighting or illumination, so we're good. We're running on the APU.
Cross runway 17 right.
Let's check status. APU showing 100% RPM. EGT is good. Inlet doors open. We've got good oil temperature. Pressure is normal. Oil quantity is normal.
Citation
Excuse me.
Cross runway 18 right.
I'm going to disconnect from the external power. We didn't lose avionics. That's a good sign.
Citation 16 Lima.
And you can see how it's kind of lagging, right? I don't know if you guys are seeing that. But my performance is already taking a hit, so maybe I spoke too soon. Man. Okay, we're going to remove GPU.
1546, push and start at your
We're going to close all
discretion.
doors.
Cleared push and start Southwest 1546.
Alpha, is it A380 worth it? If it, yeah, I mean, it's free, man. I mean, it's kind of a
Delta 9163,
no-brainer,
cross
right? I
runway
mean, if it's
17
freeware
right.
and fly-by-wire does some great stuff. Me, I'm just not a fan of the heavies, man. I don't fly it enough. I flew it in Flight Sim 2020, but it's just not for me because I don't have the time to do long hauls, you know. But definitely worth it.
Southwest 34.
All right, parking brake is on. We're gonna remove chocks,
Southwest 34.
and then let's go ahead and tell
your discretion.
GSX that we're ready to push back. So let me open up the menu. Let's go here.
Southwest 3463.
Prepare for pushback. There we go. Departure clearance requested. I'm going to call ground.
Flight 7943, cross runway 17 right.
I'm going to let them know we're ready to push back and engine start.
Cross 17 right. Frontier Flight 7943.
And the ground, Moxie 716 gate 30, requesting pushback and engine start. Come on, baby. Come on. Answer me. Don't leave me back.
Delta 1030, give way to the Airbus A321 Neo. Moxie 716, push and start approved. Tail northwest.
Tail northwest, pushback and engine start approved for Moxie 716. Yeehaw! All right, let's get the beacon light on. Beacon light is coming on. Everything else can stay the same.
Ground to flight deck, bypass pin inserted, standby for pushback.
Roger.
We'll give way to the Airbus A321 Neo, Delta 1030.
Okay, before start checklist, departure briefing complete. APU is in use.
Frontier Flight 8973, cross
Park and
runway
brake as
36
required.
right.
And then we're going to bring up the before taxi checklist.
Flight 8973.
Come on, come on. I'm excited. This is going to be a good flight.
Southwest 2180 ready to
Alpha saying, yeah, that makes sense. There's only specific airports that can accommodate the A380 and are used for the 18-hour long-haul flights. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I just don't have the time. I wish I did, but... And I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of the heavies.
Ground to flight deck, tow connected.
Roger. Tow is connected. Will it prompt me? No, don't interrupt.
Frontier Flight 2013, taxi to parking.
I'm going to turn on no steering.
Hold short of runway
Actually,
17 right.
do I want that off? See, this is the part that I don't know if you want to have this on or off. I'm going to say off.
Southwest 2853, push and start approved.
Push back and start approved. Southwest 28.
I'm just going to let it do its thing, guys. Pull the parking brake. All right, we're pushing.
United 428, pushback approved.
Ground to flight deck, all engines clear, start at will.
All right, so now all we got to do is get our engine started. Very simple, guys. Again, this is not official. I don't know if this is correct, but all I'm going to do is start number 2. I'm going to throw that switch to on, and you just wait. It takes about a minute for the engine to actually come online, so you can see the start annunciator on your engine indicating system page there, or ECAM, I guess, because you know this is an Airbus after all. Ew. And they're gonna give us the reverse push. Sweet. No worries. I'm going to keep engine 2 online, and then we're going to do a 180.
1378.
So yeah, engine 2 is just doing its thing. It's still motoring.
Southwest 3463. Give way to
Oh,
the
look how
Southwest
laggy this is,
737
man.
ahead.
We'll give way to the Southwest 737, Southwest 3463.
Adjust my microphone a little bit here. There she goes.
Ground to flight deck, please set parking brakes.
Where is it? Here we go.
Start.
Parking brake is on.
Frontier Flight 2720 pushback approved.
Alpha, no man, I still haven't figured out the condition levers on the Coronado Beach, the King Air 200. I stopped flying it, man. That thing bothered me so much. So noisy in the cockpit. I can't hear anything, so I just stopped flying it, which is a shame. It's such a perfect little airplane, man. But yeah, I got tired of it. I'm gonna set the speed to, I don't know, about 180.
November 732 Papa ready to taxi.
November 732 Papa, runway 18 left taxi via Alpha Bravo 1, hold short of runway 18 right.
You know what? I'm gonna try the GSX thing here.
Bravo 1, hold short of runway 18 right, November 732 Papa.
Engine's not started. Stop here and complete pushback. Yeah, whatever.
Ground, Southwest 6136, taxi to parking.
Southwest 6136, taxi to parking via Foxtrot, hold short of runway 17 right.
Foxtrot, hold short of runway 17 right, Southwest 6136.
Let me verify that they're disconnecting. Indeed.
Southwest 2853 ready to taxi.
Yeah, look at the performance I'm getting, guys. This is crazy.
Runway 17 right, taxi
I don't know if you can
via
tell,
Golf
but
1,
I'm probably
Hotel
getting
1.
high 20s.
Runway 17 right taxi via Golf 1 Hotel, Hotel 1, Southwest 2853.
Thank you, sir. Let's go ahead and set flaps 2 for departure. Look at our flaps precision indicator here. You can see slats deploying. That's a good sign.
Frontier Flight
We're going to set our
2720,
stab
left
trim,
taxi
5
via
units.
Bravo
That's
5,
good.
Charlie, Bravo 4, Bravo, Bravo 1.
Ground to flight deck, bypass pin removed.
Runway 18
Hoo-yah.
via Bravo 5, Charlie, Bravo 4, Bravo, Bravo 1, Frontier Flight 2720.
There we go. Now you guys can see the sight stick as I begin to taxi. And yeah.
Southwest 5898, ready for pushback.
Southwest 5898, push and start at your discretion.
Sukian, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm so undecided. Should I buy this plane or not? Well, it's hard for me to tell you, right? Again, I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, we're not paid. We're not in any way associated with IniBuilds or Synaptic. I purchased this with my own money. I love it. It's a great little plane, but the performance is absolute trash. I'm running on a 5090, 64 gigs of RAM, and a 7950 X3D, and I mean, I don't think you can see it on the stream, but on my main monitor, I feel like I'm running this at like 20 frames a second. It is terrible. Meanwhile, every other aircraft that I buy and I use, it's perfectly fine. So, is this stock MCO or do you have an add-on? I don't think I've ever noticed the tram before. This is DukeMan84. This is the taxi to gate MCO scenery. This is my home airport. I worked at this airport for years. I live nearby, and yeah, this is an older product. I forget who's making the modern MCO, but this one looks great, man. It's awesome. Okay, before taxi, checklist APU as required. We're going to keep it on. Anti-eyes not needed. Flaps selected. Flight controls, we're going to check them. And then ECAS and info checked. Before takeoff. Yeah, Sukian, like I said, it's just, it's typical IniBuilds, right? Release the new product, even though this is a Synaptic product, this is IniBuilds all over. You know, the EFB is IniBuilds. They did the modeling, if I'm not mistaken, and I can already tell this is not optimized whatsoever for anything. Again, even with my system that's considered a high tier, whatever rig, it still struggles, man. This is just terrible. Such a beautiful aircraft, man. All right, let's call ground. Right on the ground, Moxie 716 ready to taxi. Taxi light. Let's go ahead and put narrow. Verify no steering is not off, so it is on. APU is on, no personal electronic devices, seatbelts on. Okay. Liverpool, England. Oh, awesome, man. Thank you for being here, man.
16, runway 17 right, taxi via Echo Golf Hotel 1.
Echo Golf Hotel 1 to 17 right from Moxie 716. All right, we're going to do a single engine taxi. Save some gas. We're going to give it some power. Listen to that.
Delta 664, cross runway 36 right.
Whew.
Cross runway 36 right.
Let's turn it around. Be careful that we don't hit the Alaska 73 there.
Green flight 6560, cross runway 18 right.
Cross runway 18 right, green flight 6560.
And this is exactly what my, when I flew on this plane for real, this is exactly what the crew did. They pushed them back, gates were empty, and they did a 180. It's a tight corner here. And again, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the performance that I'm getting is, it's almost like if, I don't know, I get better performance in VR, which is crazy.
Frontier flight 2720, give way to
So, Sukian, again, take that with a grain of salt, but I think that's been the common complaint from everybody right now, and that's why I say anytime I see IniBuilds involved in a project, I'm skeptical because they suck at optimizing aircraft for the sim. And you know what, IniBuilds, if you're watching this, man, anybody from IniBuilds is watching, it is what it is, you know? I paid for this with my own money, and it's a damn shame that you guys still haven't figured out these simple things. Well, and I say simple, I don't know anything about developing a product for a flight sim, but come on, man, it took you over a year and change to optimize your A350, and now we're getting these performance issues with an airplane that costs $66 US. I don't think that's acceptable, but I don't want to be that guy either, you know, just sitting here and crying. I still enjoy the airplane. I think it's a fantastic product, something new, refreshing. It just needs to be optimized, and it is not.
Skywagon 69er Lima ready to taxi.
All right, everything's looking good, guys. Let's continue.
Skywagon 69er Lima, runway 18 left, taxi via Alpha, Bravo 1, hold short of runway 18 right.
Let's go to flight controls. Let's do a quick cycle. Right aileron. I see full deflection. Left aileron. Elevator. Looking good. Let's go ahead and deploy the boards. Speed brakes. There we go.
Crossing 18 right, November
Okay.
61 Sierra Sierra.
We're going to take a left here on Echo, head down towards Gulf, and then we're going to go to Hotel 1 to 17 right. We're going to fire up number 1 here in just a few minutes.
Runway 17 right.
Look at that stick, by the way. It's just shaking.
Right, Southwest 6136.
And you know what sucks, guys? I did this exact same flight this morning just to test everything, and the performance doesn't get any better when you're airborne. Like, I thought, okay, maybe it's the scenery. This scenery is a little bit intense on frame rates, but even when I'm cruising, the airplane is still, you know, the sim is not running as smoothly as I thought. Or it should be, I should say. And by the way, I would love to go outside to the chase camera. I just haven't mapped it to this joystick. So I'm going to keep it here.
Runway 18 left taxi via Alpha, Bravo 1, hold short of runway 18.
Yeah, Alpha. So Moza sent us the AB6 and with the MHG like fighter stick, and I bought this sight stick literally the same day that I got the package. And then right in front of me here, you can't see it, but you can. There's the Moza AY210 force feedback base and the yoke. And we actually just did a video yesterday. I think I released it for the new MFY Pro. It has like that touchscreen display on it. Pretty cool. I just think it's more of a gimmick than a necessity. That's just my opinion, though. If people want to defer with that, that's fine. I just don't think it's a necessity. I think the MFY, the original one, is perfectly fine. And either way, Moza does force feedback very, very good.
Ground Southwest 9173, taxi to the gate.
All right, we're doing 15 knots. We got to speed this up. We got to do some Southwest taxiing.
9173, taxi to parking via Yankee, hold short of runway 36 right.
Yankee, hold short of runway 36 right, Southwest 9173.
Look at that weather starting to build up. So I live to the south of the airport, somewhere over here, and this is exactly what's happening outside right now.
Southwest 4553, runway 17 right taxi via Juliet 5, Golf Hotel 1.
Ain't she purty?
Runway 17 right taxi via Juliet 5, Golf Hotel 1, Southwest 4553.
All right, let's go back in. Let's give it some gas.
JetBlue 8965, ready for push and start.
I do love the spool time too. When you give it some gas, you can hear those Pratt & Whitneys just sitting there, and then eventually you get that output, right? That is phenomenal. I do love that. I'm not here to bash the product, okay, guys? I'm here to show you that it is a phenomenal add-on, right? It's very unique, something different. I'm tired of the Airbus, tired of the Boeing stuff. It's about time we got something like this. But God, it just runs piss poor. That's my biggest complaint.
American 233.
Oh yeah, Duke man. Yeah. It's called Taxi to Gate KMCO. Look it up. It's from 2020. I ported it over from flights in 2020, and it works flawlessly. But there is a new one. I can't remember if it's IniBuilds or like, no, it's not IniBuilds. It's somebody else. They're building a modern, like more up-to-date MCO, and it looks insane.
American 7799. Push.
Here's Golf. We're gonna make a left.
Roger, pushback approved. American 7799.
Okay, good news, guys. I don't see a lot of people lining up. That's a good sign. We're gonna have a pretty good departure. It looks like there's some airplanes out there with some ground holds. Dom the man, what up, bro?
Pushback approved.
How's the A220? Well, it's nice, but like I was just ranting, it's piss poor on performance, man. I'm running this on a 5090, 64 gigs of RAM, and a 7950 X3D, and it feels like I'm running this at like 20 frames a second, even though the stream is not really showing it accurately. Somehow the stream looks smoother than the sim. That's crazy. All right, let me fire up engine numero uno. You can see the start annunciation there. We're going to let it do its thing.
Frontier flight 1418, taxi to parking.
Huh, A350. Okay, I think our departure heading is like 186. We're probably going to be told to go RNAV bait, which is what we expect.
Flight 1418. Taxi to parking via Foxtrot. Hold short of runway 17 right.
No, the update did not fix anything. When I read through it, they said that they did some minor updates and fixes to performance. And the issue was with people running the route page right here on the FMS. You can see I don't have the route page open anywhere, and the performance is not that great. So again, IniBuilds, Synaptic, bad. But enough of my complaining. We're gonna get to flying here in just a moment, guys. There we go. Engine 1, I just heard it off my left ear coming online. That's a good sign. There's Menzies.
Delta 5206, pushback approved.
By the way, I'm nervous for my landing into Key West because when I flew in this flight for real, those pilots were not messing around, man. They planted it right on the numbers, and it was a harsh landing, but you have to anticipate it. We've only got like 4,800 feet available of runway, so. Yeah, Dom the man. Unfortunately, it's the classic thing with IniBuilds, you know. They don't know how to optimize to save their life, but they know how to model aircraft, make them look great. But that's why I don't even fly the default A320 or anything from IniBuilds. It's just garbage. Alpha, no, this is not a jet card flight, my friend. This is just me on say intentions. Okay, I'm getting a CAS alert. Performance departure config. I just got to review it real quick. All right, both engines online. Let's go ahead and kill the APU.
United 1643, cross runway 36 right.
Let's go to status. We'll monitor that to make sure the APU is slowly ramping down. Here's Hotel 1. We're going to make a right.
Moxie 716, contact tower on 118.45. Take care.
Over to tower 118.45 for Moxie 716. Bye-bye. Oh, man. Alpha, come on, bro. You don't have to do that. Dude. Come on, brother. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot. You didn't have to do that, man. Come on. We're just having a good time here. I really appreciate it, man. Alpha coming through with the donation. Thanks, man. Really, really appreciate you, brother. Okay. Let's give Tower a call. Orlando Tower, Moxie 716, holding short 17 right, ready for departure. .4.
JetBlue 8506, contact departure. Moxie 716, Orlando Tower, runway 17 right, hold short, you're number 1 behind the 737.
Holding short behind the 737 from Moxie 716. Okay. No, but seriously, Alpha, thank you, man. You didn't have to do that, bro. I really appreciate the love.
Runway 17 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait for Moxie 716 for runway 17 right. Clear on the left. Oh, man, I really appreciate the feedback, Alpha. That's ultimately what we want to do, right? We're not asking for money or anything like that, man. I appreciate the gesture, but we just want to help the community so people are not intimidated by flying any type of plane inside the sim. After all, we're here to have fun, man. That's all we're here to do, man. Okay. We're going to go ahead and set the auto brake to RTO for rejected takeoff. Again, looking left, looking right, 17 right on the pavement.
17R holding short, American 2334.
Moxie 716, runway 17 right, winds 220 at 10, gusting 17, RNAV Bay cleared for takeoff.
RNAV Bay cleared for takeoff, 17 right from Moxie 716. All right, strobe lights coming on, landing lights, nose landing light on, yada, yada, yada. Everything looks good. Ignition to continuous on. We're
contact ground on 121.8.
We're going to arm the auto throttle.
Ground on 121.8, Moxie 40.
Hulogo saying, hello, came here to watch the A220 and wanted to ask you for your honest opinion. Is this like the A350 release full of bugs? Not necessarily full of bugs, but performance is abysmal, right? It could be better. So I'll get back into that in just a second. Let me get airborne. Here we go, guys. We've got everything set. We're going to give it some juice. We're going to align those throttles to our EGT limits right around there. Let them spool up. All right, they're stable. We're going to press toga. See if I can get it. And now we're going to slowly advance the throttles, and that auto throttle is going to intercept and set takeoff thrust. There we go.
American 2334, hold short of runway 17 right.
Hold short of 17 right.
Engines are spooling up. We're going to disconnect the nose wheel steering. Holy crap, my seat's vibrating. Look at the mouse floating.
Departure citation 1.
We pay for the whole runway. We use the whole runway. Oh, I forgot to set my V speeds, I think. Yep. We're going to rotate. It was 132, I remember. Look at this lag, dude. Positive rate of climb, gear up. And we're going to align our wings there inside those amber or magenta brackets. Looking for 596 feet. And then we're going to turn right to intercept bait. There we go. I'm going to get that right turn towards bait.
Southwest 3447, contact ground on 121.8.
Moxie 716, contact departure.
Over to departure for Moxie 716. Let's go flaps 1. Hand flying this puppy. Orlando departure, Moxie 716 at 1,500, climbing 9,000, RNAV baits.
Moxie 716, Orlando departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190, direct bait hit.
Climb and maintain flight level 190, direct bait for Moxie 716. All right, 190 set. Let's go to route. And after bait, we're going to continue outbound on that heading, whatever heading it is. I'm going to start cleaning the flaps up. Set the speed up because we're in manual. I'm over here all distracted looking at like 3 things at once. I'm off course. It's okay. It's at 250 for now. Just preparing to hand it off to the autopilot and auto throttle. Orlando departure, Moxie 716 would like to request direct fusion.
Moxie 716, say again.
We like direct fusion for Moxie 716.
Moxie 716, direct fusion approved. Climb and maintain flight level 190.
Direct fusion approved. Climb and maintain flight level 190 for Moxie 716. All right, so we're gonna go to fusion. Direct to. Come on. Execute.
1706, 2000 for 4000.
We're gonna arm nav.
Rouge 1706, Central Florida Departure.
VNAV,
Radar contact,
autopilot.
climb and maintain 11000.
There she goes. Thomas has just subscribed. Thank you so much. There we go. Hands are off the stick. Auto throttle is doing its thing. We're in manual. We're going to keep it there until she finds that speed. After takeoff, we can go ahead and turn off the continuous ignition. I don't even know if that's a thing. I just assumed. Again, I'm not really well versed on this aircraft just yet, but I'm just assuming, just like other aircraft, right? You want the ignitions to be continuous, just to get the more, what do you call it? Words, English hard. Just have that reliability and performance from the engines. But we're looking good, guys. We're in climb thrust right now. Whoops, forgot my before takeoff checklist. Yep, everything is good. We verified the runway. I mean, we would have been yelled at by now. Let's go over. I'll check the chat in just a second, guys. Let me make sure I'm not going to crash. After takeoff checklist, landing gear up, flap 0, anti-ice as needed or auto, and ECAS or engine indicating and crew alert system checked. Yep. Okay, after takeoff checklist complete. There we go. She's climbing beautifully. We're going to go to FMS now on the speed. Let it do its own thing. Oh, I forgot my clock. There we go. Looking good, fellas. Climbing through 900,000 now, going up to flight level 190. Flaps are up. Speed brakes are good. Eve saying co-pilot Steve has the day off. Spoke too soon. There he is. No, man. So I'm actually using another voice now from Say Intentions. I'll talk to him. Oh no, I can't. I haven't mapped the intercom for this side stick yet, but I'm using a feature called AI, and it's funny because the way Say Intentions describes him is he's about to get fired, and when you hear him talk, it's hilarious. The guy's like using funny accents, yelling at ATC, and it's pretty entertaining. He kind of reminds me of Steve the pirate. All right, we're through 10,000. Landing lights can come off. Wing inspection light can stay off. Nav, beacon, strobe all on. Everything is looking good. Let's make sure our cabin pressurization is looking good. Climb rate, cabin altitude, differential pressure of 4.7. We've got plenty of oxygen, and our landing field elevation of 10 feet. That sounds about right.
Contact Executive Tower on 118.7. Moxie 716, contact Miami Center on 127.2.
Over to Miami 127.2 for Moxie 716. Bye-bye. Miami Center, Moxie 716. We're climbing through 12,200, flight level 190, RNF Fusion. Fusion, I don't know how to say that. Miami, hello.
Moxie 716, Miami Center, good afternoon. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280 for Moxie 716. All right, we got 28,000 set on our MCP or whatever the hell Airbus and or Bombardier call this. Flight guidance controller, mode control panel, flight control unit, whatever. You guys get it. All right, we're climbing at 260 knots indicated. We've got a good climb rate of 2,500 or thereabout, 2,700 feet per minute. Looking good, feeling good. Your mom's good. Everybody's good. So, all in all, let me go back to the chat. Hold on. Hugh Logo 1057. So you were asking about the comparison of this to the A350, right? And well, I don't see bugs, or I haven't experienced bugs yet on my end. But I gotta tell you, like I've been kind of already spewing for the past 20-30 minutes, it's the fact that the performance is just abysmal. And on my computer, I never expect that, right? Again, I'm not trying to brag or showcase. Guys, I work for everything that I have here. Nobody sponsored me with computer parts or nothing like that. We did have built PCs. They sent us a computer to test out for several months. We sent it back. This is my own personal computer that I've purchased everything with since 2023. I went ham. I bought a 5090 last year, put 64 gigs of RAM before the crazy prices. And so I always expect Flight Simulator 2024, especially in today. You know, we're talking a year and a half plus, almost 2 years now since its release. I expect it to be running a little bit better, right? Because it's been optimized. We've got so many sim updates. And then you got products like these that are just fantastic. They're amazing. They give us something new, and then your experience is crippled because you're flying with subpar performance, right? And so I can only imagine other people with other systems, how they're experiencing issues, if they have any. So that's my biggest complaint right now. So no bugs to report as of today, but I wouldn't be surprised if we encounter some things. But let's also be fair. This is a brand new product that has been in development for what, 5 years, I think I read, ever since they mentioned that this was going to be a freeware product, and then they decided to make it payware, which I don't blame them. You know, this is a pretty in-depth simulation of the airplane. But what I don't understand is how IniBuilds haven't figured out their formula yet to optimize aircraft on release. Like, dude, how many YouTubers didn't we see already testing out the airplane for weeks, maybe several days? Like, come on, they must have known by now what they needed to do, or identified where this product could have been a little bit better. But for whatever reason, that is not the case. So if you're on the fence about purchasing this aircraft, this is my opinion as an individual that purchased it yesterday with my own money. We're not paid by anybody. IniBuilds doesn't know who we are. Synaptic damn sure doesn't even know who we are. We're nobody in this community of giants, right? We're still growing. This is my opinion, Captain Gonzo, talking to you guys. This product is worth it in terms of the features and the in-depth systems you get out of the box. But in terms of performance, expect to be disappointed, okay? If your experience differs or varies by any means, please come back to this live whenever you have flown it, if you've tested it out, and let me know, hey man, I figured something out. Let me run over some of the things that people were talking about. The first issue was that Synaptic and IniBuilds put out a hotfix yesterday where they claim that now having the route page open should not impact performance. Well, here I am with the route page. Again, performance is suboptimal. And again, it looks smooth on your end, but in my computer, if I'm getting 20, 25 frames per second, it's high. And that's me just guessing. I get it. We don't need to have 80 frames per second. We don't need to have 90 frames per second every single time, guys. I get that. But when I'm used to flying literally every other aircraft that I own flawlessly without any hiccups or performance issues, like the Phoenix has 8K textures, and I've never had performance issues ever. And then I get this for $66 US, and I'm like, really? Like, this is the best you can do, guys? But again, take that as my opinion, take it with a grain of salt. I love the airplane. I think it's fantastic. I think it's fun, beautiful. It is very intuitive to learn. Nothing crazy. If you know how to fly an Airbus or a Boeing, this should make sense. The FMS is going to be more similar to perhaps the A350 or A380, more of that modern take. But yeah, if you know how to fly those, you should be okay. But be prepared. Again, if you make that purchase and you take that leap of faith, don't say that Gonzo told you to buy it or didn't tell you to buy it. Just know that the product still needs to mature. And it just came out, so we got to give them time to make it better. But optimization is not there yet. So, IniBuilds, if you're watching this by any chance, sorry, not sorry, but I think we all as a community have the right to demand a little bit better when we're purchasing aircraft at these price points, okay? So, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. If you guys have heard the same, or if you heard something else, and if there's something that I can do that might make this experience better, then I will gladly explore that. Here is one benefit of the doubt that I will give IniBuild and Synaptic. I am running on Sim Update 6 beta. maybe that's it. Maybe the plane wasn't really intended to be used on the beta. After all, we know that sim update betas are notorious for having issues with third-party add-ons. But I've never had that issue with any other add-on, literally. The last problem that I encountered was Sim Update 4 with the Flight Effect Citation 10, where the MFDs were too dim. And so you would think they weren't powered on, but they were just very dim. Flight Effects patched it up, never had an issue again. So that is the only issue that I can remember in terms of third-party aircraft and a sim update. But I want to make that clear. To kind of close this rant, I paid for the aircraft. No, I haven't been paid by anybody. Haven't been reached out by IniBuilds or Synaptic to make a review or a video about them. This is me speaking as a consumer, as a flight simmer, just like you that are watching wherever you're at in the world. And I think that the product is excellent, but it still needs a lot of work in optimization. So there we go. Let me know what you guys think. I'm over here rambling at the mouth. I'm going to drink some water, so I'm pretty sure you guys are bored of listening to me talk. By the way, so I kind of hinted at it earlier, but coming up on August 1st, guys, we're starting a new relationship with Next Level Racing. So we were talking to them at the Flight Sim Expo back in June in Minneapolis. We actually got to meet the chief marketing officer. We did a little bit of work for them with some video stuff that we did at the convention. And they were like, hey, you guys want to try out some of our rigs? And we're like, yeah. So right now I am sitting on a Next Level Racing Flight Seat Pro, I think it's called, rig. It is awesome because the Moza AB6 is vibrating and I'm feeling all the vibrations through the entire seat. So it's almost like I have haptic feedback from the seat itself, but it's just the base. So I'm really eager to see where this relationship goes into the future. We'll open more about that. I don't want to take away from the core content of this video, which is the fact that we're flying the Synaptic or IniBuilds A220, and I want to keep the focus on that. But that is what we're kind of working on. So moving forward after this weekend, you guys can expect to see us, both Captain Flacco and myself, featuring Next Level Racing rigs. They're fantastic. They have some quirks, some things that I think are cool, some things that are not. We'll get to that. All right. For now, let's just enjoy whatever we can out of the A220. Let's go outside. Let me do something really quick here. I gotta review some things. I want to go outside and get some good views so you guys can enjoy the scenes. Let's see. Here we go. Setting that up. Okay, cool. There we go.
Alpha 213, continue climb flight level 280. Climbing to flight level 280, Alpha.
Look at that. I'm getting like maybe 20 frames a second right now. And it looks great, man. Look at that. Look at those high bypass Pratt & Whitneys, man. They look great. It is a sexy airplane. Wing flex is on point. Everything is great. Alpha saying, yeah, I got a sim racing cockpit from Next Level Racing. Been trying to buy the flight sim cockpit, but can't find any place that ships to Alaska. Emailed NLR to no avail. Okay, Alpha, send me an email. And if you remember, please send us an email, thatflightsimchannel@gmail.com. Send me an email. I have a point of contact with Next Level Racing. I'm going to bring that up with them, okay? If you're interested in really making that purchase, I'll try to put you in touch with them and see if they can make that happen. All right, brother?
Delta 1332, climb flight level 240.
All right, Alpha, copy that, brother. Yeah, let me know. Send me an email. Remind me about it, and then that way I can give those ticket numbers to this individual and see if we can get you going with that. And we're not, again, we're not paid to do this. We're not, none like that, okay? This is just me trying to help you out to see if you can get what you're looking for. All right, hold on. Let me go inside because my base is shaking violently right now, and I don't know what's going on. All right, well, leveled off. That's good. Leveled off at 28,000. King Bob, I'm going to get to you in just a second, brother. Let me just make sure I'm good here during the cruise. Okay, so King Bob's Kingdom is saying the problem I have is the content creators get it early, they fly it, they keep the hype train going, gets released with many issues. How come the content creators aren't more critical of the devs? I don't know. I don't know, you know, I feel like some people maybe just unfortunately sell out. They get told, hey, here's a product, don't say anything negative. I'm gonna give you a quick anecdote. There's a developer that I'm not gonna mention by name, a company well established in the simulator community, racing and flying. And we have an existing partnership with them since last year. They reached out to me recently and they're like, hey, we want you to try out this new product. Fantastic product. We're talking a very expensive, phenomenal product that really enhances the immersion with flight sim and racing or whatever. And they said, we need you to send us all your videos before you post them, and we need to review them and give you approval. And you got to give us a 7-day notice beforehand with your outline. When I read that email, I about lost my damn mind. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I said, absolutely not. And I was like, we will never, ever waver from our honesty and our transparency just to get you to say, yes, go ahead and post a video. It pissed me off, man. My last response to them was, you know what? We're good. You go about your way. Hopefully some other people take your offer, but we're not interested. And we heard back from them. They were trying to change their words a little bit, which pissed me off even more because they try to do a little bit of wordplay. They're like, no, we didn't mean approval. And I literally went to their contract that they sent me to sign and I showed them, you said approval before posting. And I'm like, we don't let anybody dictate what we post on our channel. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, we learn, right? But I hate that. I hate how people sell out just to appease developers. And why they do that? I don't know. I just posted a video yesterday with, again, the new Moza yoke, the MFY Pro. And I think if you guys watch it, you'll see right off the bat that I say, don't buy this. It's a gimmick. It's pointless, in my opinion. You have a nice little display, but how often are you looking down at a display while you're flying, like on your yoke? Like, it makes, I don't know. So maybe in the past, I haven't been as vocal or as critical of developers and manufacturers. I'm trying to rectify that because I keep seeing the same comments from viewers like yourself, King Bob, and I don't want to be part of that group, man. Again, I want to build this community with trust, and so that you guys know that we're not just selling out to people and just accepting free stuff just to say that they're amazing when they're not. That's why I also purchase my own stuff when I don't get people to sponsor us or send us stuff, because I'm a consumer just like you. I work for a living. This is a hobby, and I want to make sure that we're all on the same page and that you guys understand that we're being honest and genuine, even if it seems like maybe it's an echo chamber of hype and positivity. Sometimes products just are that good, but sometimes, like this, the A220, it's not necessarily perfect. Had I been given the opportunity to test this a couple weeks ago, I promise you on everything that I own and I have, I would have been the first one complaining to IniBuilds and Synaptic, and I would have probably even refused to showcase it until they fixed it. But because I purchased it, I'm not just going to let it sit in my hangar doing nothing. I'm going to try it.
Climbing flight level 370, Alpha 315.
Alpha, copy that, sir. He's saying, I think the problem is Next Level Racing is out of Australia. They just won't ship to Alaska or Hawaii. Oh, okay. Again, just send me that email. I'm going to try to put you in touch with those individuals and see if they can maybe find a solution. Because I know they have warehouses here in the United States. That's where we received ours. It came rather quickly. And let me see. I just got an email, so I thought it was you, man.
Flight level 200, Alpha 315.
But yeah, I'll try to get you hooked up, brother. Again, no promises. I'm not guaranteeing you any discounts or nothing like that. I know a few people in there that I have in my inbox right now that I might be able to find you a solution, or they might make an exception. Who knows? But no promises, brother. Just send me that email when you can, okay? And King Bob, absolutely, my friend. Again, I'm not perfect, dude. Honestly, I hate myself when I do hardware reviews, because I feel like that's not like our true identity in this channel. And sometimes I watch other people do reviews and I'm like, damn, I missed out on so many details, and I kind of put this together and I feel like I didn't show enough. But I try to be honest, man. I try to be genuine. I don't want you guys spending money on stuff that doesn't work and is cheap out. Oh, and funny enough, I had another manufacturer. I have some of their gear sitting right behind me here. I outright refused to showcase that product. Absolute garbage. It literally fell apart as I was putting it together. I'll talk about that another day. And I was pissed, and I was like, dude, if you guys think I'm going to showcase this in our channel and get people to try to buy this when your own reviews are garbage on your website, nah. And so this manufacturer at least was very nice. they send us a video showing how to do a potential fix, and I just outright ignored it. I said, nope, I'm good. I might throw it in the garbage. I'm not even kidding. I'm so fed up with these companies trying to promote crappy built stuff and charging you $300-400 for a realistic experience, and they're just garbage. And so I almost threw it away. I just haven't done it yet, so I might just email them and be like, hey, I'll return the product. But yeah. All right, what do you guys want to see? Oh, you know what? Let's check the cabin. Hold up. Am I coming up on my top of the descent already? Oh my God, I'm over here talking nonsense. Yep, top of the descent approaching, guys, so hold on. Okay, everything's good. We're going to arm VNAV. Okay, it's armed. I'm going to reset my MCP altitude to 3,000. I know that's what we got to be down at for my approach. Did we get told to talk to somebody else? Oh, wait, here we go. I haven't heard that, but yeah, I see insane tensions. Hold on.
Climbing to flight level 240, southwest 3419.
All right, we'll descend via the Kraken 1 Carter transition to Key West. Key West currently landing west, altimeter 3002 for Moxie 716. There we go. So we've been told to descend via the Star. Key West. Oh my God, really, bro? Okay, I'm not gonna do that then. And that's another thing that's bothering me. That's the third time I've had to log into Navigraph today to access my charts. I'm just not gonna bother. I know the arrival. Everything's loaded correctly. Speed and altitude constraints are as applicable. VNAV is armed. We can see VPAF on our flight mode annunciator. Top of the descent's coming up rather quickly. Now we sit back, enjoy the ride, and let the aircraft do its thing. Oh, and if anybody knows where I've got the, like, cabin alert, like the little chime, let me know, because I haven't found it. Like, how do I communicate with my flight attendants? SCVR, mechanical call, GS, nope. Yeah, I don't know where that's at, guys, so I'm going to be that doofus that just doesn't know where it's at. Nope, AC, yeah. Lost in the sauce, boys and girls. Oh my God, look at this performance. Good Lord. We're going to turn off the integrating... No, not the display. Not the display. Integrated lighting. There we go. All right, here we go. We're approaching our top of descent. Yep, you can see that magenta star showing our next altitude target of 10,000. Check this out. I love this. Go to your overlay, boys and girls, and enable your VSD, vertical situation display. And then on the co-pilot side, I'm going to enable traffic. There we are. Yes. Mickey, hello. What's going on, man? Danny Massey saying, do you have any weather injector? Looks amazing. I'm running Rex Atmos Core right now. And I forget the name of the presets, but it's 3 presets that I have automatically set to load up with the sim. I think they're Matthew, M-A-T-T-H-E-W-U-P. That's the name of the preset. So if you look for Matthew P, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, it looks great, man. All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've begun our descent. Got to watch our speed because she likes to pick up speed. She's rather slippery. There we go. We've got a little bit of vertical deviation. No worries. You can see that green dashed line represents our current descent angle, or our FPA, which, by the way, is pretty cool. We do have an FPA mode here. But yeah, we should be good. Carter, no restraints there. So GG, 250 and 10,000. Looking good. Yeah, no worries, Danny. Rex Atmos, it's fantastic. One of those must-have products for the sim. Really enhances overall your experience. Where's my approach? Is it there? Yeah, I hope it is. Not, I'll configure it. All right, throttles are retarding. That's good. We'll wait till we cross transition altitude, flight level 180. Let's see if we can pick up Atis 119 or 675.
Flight level 320, Southwest 3419.
Let's go to tune menu. Oh, so yeah, I haven't even exported this yet. Course is right there. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what any of this does, guys. Flight path vector cage. I think those were those brackets we saw on the departure. I don't know. I'm going to keep it how it was. Let's go to COM2. There we go. VHF2. 119 or 675. God, that is so laggy. Look at that, man. Yeah, there we go. Having a brain fart, guys. I like that how we're monitoring the emergency. 1215, we're on guard. 119 or 675. Yeah. We're gonna swap that.
Altitude, and if flight following is requested, read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information mine. Key West International Airport, information mine. 1753 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 27.
Okay.
Wind 240 at 10. Visibility 10. View at 2000. Temperature 32, 2.24. Altimeter 3002. Density altitude 1900 feet. Pavement repairs ongoing. Expect minor delays on the west ramp. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested.
All right, we've got information, Mike. Let's go over to COM1. There we go. 12475. Whoops. Miami Center, Moxie 716. We're descending through flight level 200 on the Kraken 1 arrival.
Moxie 716, Miami Center, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let's go to performance, arrival. All right, everything is already set. Let me get my weather real quick. I just heard it. It was information, Mike. There we go. Temperature 32. Winds were 240 at 10. And altimeter was 3002. There we go. Flaps and slat setting to 5. We're going to go ahead and VREF plus 5.
Contact Navy Key West approach on 124.025.
Over to Navy Key West approach on 124025 for Moxie 716. All right, we're through 18,000. We're going to go to altimeter 3002. And this one is in HPA. Yeah, looks like it's about there. There we go. Looks about right. Navy Key West approach Moxie 76, descending through 168,000 with information Mike on the Kraken 1.
Moxie 716, Navy Key West approach. Thanks for Mike. Good afternoon. Key West altimeter 3002, clear to Kunz transition. Expect the RNAV runway 27 approach to Key West.
All right, altimeter 3002, expect the RNAV runway 27 cleared a Kunz transition into Key West for Moxie 716. All right, altimeters have been set. Let's go to normal checklist, descent and approach. Anti-ice is on auto. FMS has been set. Minima. Oh, this is the one I need help, guys. Anybody know how to set up minimums on this airplane? I have no idea, okay? I'm just being very blunt and honest. So if anybody figures that out, let me know. Auto brake, we're going to go with medium brakes. We're going to need it. ECAS checked. Everything looks good. Arrival briefing. Well, I can't really bring up my plates because Navigraph. But I blame the aircraft, not Navigraph. So yeah, I did this flight this morning, guys, just to make sure everything worked out. Hold on, let me read the chat. Hugh Logo saying, thanks a lot for your review, as I am really tight on the FPS already. I think I'm going to wait for further updates. Yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with that. If you start to see more content out there from myself or other developers or other content creators saying, hey, guys, it's finally running better, even at that point, give it a few days, maybe a week or so, and really, really wait to see if that's the case. Because, again, I have a higher end system, so I don't want to mislead people into thinking that this is going to be across the board for everybody, okay? Maybe auto FPS could be the answer for me right now, but I've never used auto FPS because I have never felt the need to, and I don't like exploring software and things that I don't really like to or understand how to use yet. So that's just me, though. Again, take everything I say with a grain of salt.
American 2684, contact Havana Center on 133.35.
Oh my God. Archie McCall, minimums are in the comms tune menu, I think. Dude, you're a lifesaver. PFD nav. Oh my God. Dude, I love you. I love you. You're a hero, man. Okay, so we're gonna switch. Let's go to radar altimeter. We're gonna set 250. I know those are the minimums for Key West. Dude, you are the GOAT. Oh my God. There we go. Okay, there we go. The aircraft's decelerating. We're gonna hit 250 when we cross GG at 10,000.
.38, contact Key West Tower on 118.2.
250. Beautiful.
118.2, Allegiant 57.
Oh, did I just reset it? I'm an idiot. Okay, there we go. Dude, you are amazing. Archie, thank you so much, man. You saved my rear end so I don't look like a total doofus. And there we go. PFD is showing radar altimeter 250 as our minimums. We're slowly slowing down. I'm going to get some speed brakes out. Help us slow down. We don't want to bust 250 underneath 10,000. Let's go. Landing lights on.
Contact Palm Beach departure on 127.35.
This is going to be a nice little approach. It's going to take us around the west side of the island. And then we're going to circle back, set ourselves up for a RNAV approach. Now, we're going to be in visual conditions anyway, so it should be a relatively easy landing. Now, I suck at landing with the side stick, okay? I got to be honest. So you guys will see that up close and personal here. There we go. About 250.
Delta 5097, 2000 for 4,000.
Retract the speed brakes. Hopefully she maintains that airspeed.
Key West departure, climb and maintain 10,000.
Climbing 10,000, Delta 5097.
And you can see our vertical situation display is very, very useful. You can see your altitude targets and constraints and where you're going to be crossing.
Quarter 514, contact Havana Center on 133.35.
Okay, before landing, checklist altimeters have been set and cross-checked. 3002, 3002. This is an HPA, so that's fine. I'm going to keep it there. Oh, what's this? Next page. Hey, we got a VHF3 for CPDLC. Cool.
American 2684, contact Havana Center on 133.35.
Clock, standby nav. Yeah, I got to look into this, man, more often. That's cool. Oh, that is sick. I didn't even know we had a backup HSI. Wow. No heads-up display. I think that's coming for the ACJ variant, the Airbus corporate jet, when they inevitably release that later on. And I know I read about the controversy, guys, how they promised it would be a freeware upgrade with the 100 and the ACJ, and now you got to pay for it. I don't have anything to say, unfortunately. I don't know. So yeah, I got some more exploring to do in this airplane, obviously. Like, I know these buttons here are for CPDLC, but I don't even know how to use it yet, so I'm gonna just ignore that. Oh yeah, I forgot to set my V speeds. Complete. There we go. So we're gonna be approaching at 132 knots, VREF +5. So that's fine. And then our VREF are going to be touching down at 127, hopefully. See if I can do it. And Key West is off to our 10, 11 o'clock. There's Navy Key West. That is the Boca Chica Naval Air Station. Fun fact, that's where one of the Top Gun schools currently operates out of. And then the Key West Airport is somewhere yonder, right there. And the reason I know that is because my in-laws used to live down in Key West for several years, and I used to visit them. And it was cool being out on the beach and having F-18s and F-5s chasing each other out in the distance. You can hear them and see them on the return. It was pretty awesome. All right. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I might do a replay so you guys can see how badly I plant this sucker. Where's my range? Here we go. We're gonna reduce the range there. Everything's looking spiffy. Cabin pressurization is looking good. We still got a slight descent. Good differential pressure, slowly releasing. Auto brake medium. No personal electronic devices and seatbelts on.
TACA 397, contact Miami, departure on 120.5.
Flight controls, everything looking good. Fuel's looking good. Info, nothing to be acknowledged. Circuit breakers, I love this feature. Cool. Not much to do, guys. Just hang tight. Enjoy the ride as we come into Key West. Let's go outside. Where's the plane? There she is. Not gonna lie, I used to hate on the design of this plane, but the more I see it, the more I'm like, damn, that looks so good, man. And honestly, very comfortable plane to fly in. I love how it has the 3 and 2 configuration. Which, by the way, hold on.
Descend and maintain 2000, Delta 1281.
Huh? Oh, that was for me. Okay, never mind. Maybe we'll check out the cabin once we get down on the ground, guys, because I don't want to get lost in the sauce here as we're in our approach phase. And don't worry, I'll be re-enabling the camera for the side stick in just a few moments.
Delta 1281, cleared from the RNAV runway 27 approach via ACON.
Still holding 250.
RNAV runway 27 approach via ACONs. Delta 1281.
Delta's using AI now? What the hell? There's Key West. When I flew down there, we were staying right here on this end of the island on a nice little resort. You can hear and see every plane that came in. It's awesome. And then the famous Duval somewhere down over here. I think it's right here. You got Whitehead, White Street, and all that. That's where all the fun happens. There's the carnival and the cruise lines. You've never been to Key West, you should definitely go. It is awesome. But if it's during spring break or Fantasy Fest, good luck. It gets crazy down there.
American 2073, Key West departure, climb and maintain 12000. Climbing 12000, American 2073.
Okay, we're still descending gradually. We're still on VNAV. There we go. Speed's coming down to 220. Yep, because after Skint, Behave is at 210 and at or above 4,000. That checks out. We can introduce slats at or below 230 knots indicated, so we'll wait a few moments. And this is exactly the same approach that we took in when I flew it in real world about a month and change ago. So it's awesome being able to do it now virtually at the controls. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I don't have the reverse thrust mapped properly to this aircraft of my current configuration. So it's probably not going to work, just a heads up, but that's on me. That has nothing to do with the airplane. I just have to configure it. There we go, so check it out. Now, this is telling me that the flight director mode has changed. Now we're in FPA or flight path angle, so it's showing a negative degree, 1.3. So it's telling me, hey, we're still descending. It's just out of VNAV now, pretty much.
West departure, altitude restrictions canceled, maintain VFR.
Another 2000 for 7000, November 362, Juliet Sierra.
Holding 220, thereabout.
Key West departure, Delta 5097, 9,000.
Delta 5097, Key West departure, good afternoon. Delta 5097, contact Miami Center on 132.2.
Okay, about to cross through 5,000 feet. We're still on track to meet that altitude constraint. For behave at or above 4,000. We're going to be crossing it a little bit higher, I assume. Any moment now, we should be clear for the approach. We should be cleared of... we've already been cleared for the transition, which is Akins, or Akuns. Just waiting for that official cleared for the RNAV runway 27, at which point we'll arm approach mode and then let the autopilot do its thing. And we'll configure the jet. And by the way, we don't have any preset cameras, unfortunately, that I know of. I've tried it. They don't work, so I guess that's coming later on. Yep, there you go. So, Nils Dietrich, 5563, if you have not bought it yet, hold off. It is not enjoyable based on performance. Exactly. If it was smooth and performance was not affected in any way, this would be a top contender this year to be one of the best add-ons ever. But I say that very loosely because, like you said, performance is definitely affected. There we go. We're at 4,400. We complied with that published constraint. Now she's going to slow us down to 210. Let's go slats. Let's prepare the aircraft.
Moxie 716, descend and maintain 2000 until established, cleared for the RNAV runway 27 approach via ACON.
Set and maintain 2000 until established, cleared for the RNAV runway 27 approach via Akins for Moxie 716. There's the call.
Contact Key West Tower on 118.2.
Contacting Key West Tower on 118.2, Delta 1281.
That Delta AI is hilarious.
Descend and maintain 3000 until established.
In the descent for 3,000. Cleared for the ILS 27 approach.
I always lose the plane. There we go.
2490.
Look at those slats. Looks beefy.
Brickyard 2490, contact Key West Tower on 118.2.
118.2. See ya. Brickyard 2490.
Golden Eagle 0 Kilo Alpha, contact Miami Center on 132.
All right, just doing one quick scan. Everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and turn continuous ignition on. Again, I don't even know if this is right or not. I'm just assuming, like I do on the 737, set those start switches to continuous for continuous spark. And it's funny because you can hear, like, if the engines are powering on again. So I wonder if that's real or not. I don't remember noticing that on the approach phases when I flew as a passenger. Okay, looking good, guys. 3,400 feet. Here's the turn inbound from Akins to Burpee, which is our intermediate fix, I think. And then we're going to switch over to manual. We're going to slow down.
Contact Miami Center on 132.2.
At a 180. VREF was 127, and we're going to do a VAP, our approach speed of 132. Looking good, looking good. There's the horn. 1,000 feet to go, boys and girls. We're almost there. Let's get the side stick camera back on. Don't mind the hairy legs. I'm in shorts. I gotta be comfortable after all. No, but seriously, I was cutting the grass and it was hot as heck. All right, we're gonna arm approach mode. There we go. We can see approach is now flashing and armed, and then very shortly we should see a glide path or GP annunciator, as we are in an RNAV approach, not an ILS. If we had an ILS, we'd have a glide slope or GS and a loc or localizer. Those are ground-based. RNAV are satellite-based.
Departure. Envoy 3825.
We're holding 180. Let's go flaps 2.
Envoy 3825, Key West departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000.
Flight director mode changed yet again. That's fine. We're going to ignore that.
5,000, Envoy 3825.
Let's start slowing her down. Let's go down to, I don't know, 150. Let's go gear down. Let's watch those gear come down. Look at this, man. This thing is barely performing to save its life. What a catastrophe, unfortunately.
Moxie 716, contact Key West Tower on 118.2.
Over to Tower 118.2 from Moxie 716. Let's slow it down to our VREF and VAP of 132. And then let's go throw the flaps down. Flaps 5. There we go. We've got altitude captured 2,000. You can see that stall speed. It's going to slowly go away as we stay at that VAP speed. QS Tower, Moxie 716 on the RNF 27 approach.
Moxie 716, QS Tower, roger, continue RNAV, runway 27, approach is cleared.
Continue the RNAV approach for Moxie 716. Anyone know when the sim will be fixed on PC and still get 14 frames per second? The GPU is not doing anything now since that server crash.
170 on final, runway 27, winds 240 at 10, clear to land.
Clear to land behind the Embraer, runway 27 for Moxie 716. Wrong way. I haven't had any other issues with the sim at all, and I'm running the sim update 6 beta, so that's weird, man. But yes, I have heard in certain regions after that server crash a few days ago, people have been having random issues, so I don't know what's up with that, man. I heard they were upgrading everything for the server traffic. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh yeah, King Bob's. Yeah, so there was a server crash a few days ago and nobody was able to get into the sim. It was weird, man. It was down for close to 24 hours. All right, guys, I'm going to focus now on this landing. You can see vertical glide path. There we go. So it's going to follow that glide path, not glide slope. We're going to set our altitude to our missed altitude there, 3,000 feet. Lights are on. Everything's looking good. We're fully configured. Flaps are set. Cabin has been alerted, I hope. After landing. Okay, just letting the autopilot do its thing. Keep us stable. Winds are quartering headwind here, almost coming out of the 220, I think it was, so not too bad. And I don't know why my autopilot disconnect is not working, so I'm gonna have to do it manually.
Auto throttle.
There we go. My controls. Let's bring her home. A little bit left for lineup. Keep in mind, guys, this runway is short, so I have to plant it nice and firm. Trying to hold that VAP speed, 132. Still on the glide path. But I'm going to aim right at the numbers. Hold on. No, I don't want to do that. Looking good. We're on speed. We're on glide path. No CAS alerts of any kind. We're committing. Get some gas.
400. Approaching minimums.
I'm gonna slow it down here.
300. Glide slope 200.
All right,
Glide
we're committing.
slope,
Give it power. We're sinking.
100.
Go right at the numbers, guys.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Woo! Yep, we're all over the place here. Oh no! Again, no reverse thrust. We're gonna let the auto brake do its thing. And manual braking. Woohoo! Woo. Let me get my nose wheel steering on. Okay, it is on, so we're good. Wow, that was rough, but hey,
716.
had to do it.
Alpha 2 available. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Ground on 121.9er for Moxie 716. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can pick up your spines from the floor. Welcome to Key West. We made it down safely. David saying Ryanair, Ryanair. Yeah, man. Like I said, when I was a passenger flying into Key West on this exact same airplane, same flight. This is exactly how it went. I mean, maybe not as crazy uncontrolled down the runway, but it was harsh, man. Short runway, so you got to make sure you're on the freaking deck nice and easy. And yeah, make sure you don't overrun the runway. That'll be a bad day. Now we're going to kind of pull off here. And let's clean up the plane. So let's go flaps up. Continuous ignition off. Speed brakes have been retracted. Landing lights can come off. We'll go narrow on the taxi. Wing inspection light on. Strobe lights off. Start that APU. I think we're good. Key West ground, Moxie 716 cleared for runway 27 requesting taxi to the gate. Wow, that was harsh.
Moxie 716, taxi to Terminal 1 Gate 2 via Alpha 1, Alpha Bravo 11. Good day.
Okay. Taxiing to Terminal 1 Gate 2 via Alpha 1, Alpha Bravo 11 for Moxie 716. Well, we made it. We're not dead. But we're definitely injured. APU is in start. I am monitoring that on the status page. I can see RPM coming up, EGT coming up. That was fun. That was really fun, man. Again, such a great plane to fly. Something different, unique, and special. But the performance really, really sucks, man. What a shame. Okay, looks like APU is stable. I'm gonna kill engine numero dos. We're gonna do a single engine taxi. Slat slow? Are the slats still deployed? No. By the way, this is the latest Key West scenery by MK Studios, I believe. Perfection. Perfection, guys. It looks exactly like this. Again, I've visited Key West many times. I was just there in June, and when I was inside the terminal, I was looking at the details, and I'm like, damn, MK Studios did a great job. So it looks just about the same. Oh, by the way, I've never parked this plane, and I've never shut it down, so we're going to do this together. Not that it's anything crazy.
Good speed 8887, clear for push and start.
All right, I don't need my webcam capture anymore.
Good speed 8887.
Wrong way. Feldman saying, I hope it is fixed by the weekend. I'm waiting for Track IR5 to be delivered. Would be nice to enjoy that before I die. Track IR5, dude, I'm using it right now. I've been also messing around with this other software called Be My Tracker. All you need is a webcam and it tracks your eyes. It's been great. It's just it's taken me a little bit to get used to because I've been using Track IR for so long now that it's all I know. So I've got a strong bias for Track IR, and it is fantastic. It's so intuitive. Give it some gas. And for $80, the Simjet should be better. What are you talking about? This, the A220? Look at this thing. Make sure I don't clip that diamond in that Citation jet. Oh, that plane's so sexy, man.
November 301 Quebec, Lima ready to taxi to the
Look at that.
for VFR pattern work.
Their signature, guys. So I stood right there inside that lobby a month ago. And I was just looking at everything on the ramp, everything inside. This is exactly what it looks like, man. Fantastic scenery.
Runway 27, November 301
As soon as it came out, was it last month or the month prior, I purchased it on the spot. And it is miles ahead of what FS Dream Team used to give us. Oh yeah, wrong way. Yeah, man. It's like I said, man, it's a damn shame. I'll give you some closing thoughts here as I come into the terminal. We're looking for Bravo 11. This is Bravo, I think it's right here, but that Allegiant Airbus is blocking me. I don't have a profile here either for GSX, so I'm just gonna park it and call it a day and see if it actually synchronizes to our plane. Let's go to gate 3. How about that? Hey, look, there's a plane inside the terminal. I'm gonna keep it going. Let's go to gate. I'm gonna park where we parked at in real life, which is that last jetway all the way at the end. I think it's 8. Yep. Yeah, here's Bravo 11, so we're gonna make a right turn. Let me see. Change facility. We're gonna go to gate 8. No follow me. Just show me the spot and activate it. There it is. Yep. A marshaller has been dispatched on site. Sweet. Let's see what the... Again, I don't have a profile set up here, so I don't know who's going to be managing the ground ops. In Key West, they have like a contracting agency that does all the ground handling. There's 8...
Victor Delta Tango Mike, taxi to runway 27 at your discretion.
Taxi to runway 27, India Victor Delta Tango Mike.
Let's see how we do. Slow it down. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Come on, give it some gas. It ain't got no gas in it. No, don't stop. Don't stop. No, I want to be perfect. I want to be perfect. Oh, you parked a bit askew. Screw you, man. That was perfect. Parking brake on. Come on, give me the signal. Give me the signal. Okay, bro. Have a good day. All right. So in real life, they didn't power on the APU. They actually waited for the GPU to be hooked up. Then they would disconnect. But I'm going to go ahead and turn off number 1 because I've got the APU running. Beacon light can come off. Seatbelt signs can come off. Let's go to ground equipment. We're going to throw trucks on. We're going to grab the jetway. See if it finds our door. Yes. And let's deboard the aircraft, shall we? Request deboarding. Cool. So everything is set. I think we just go back to init. Let's go flight plan. Yeah, I don't know how to reset this. Oh well, not that it's necessary. Yep, I don't know how to do it.
November 516 Echo Alpha, runway 27
All right.
taxi via Bravo 4 Alpha.
Well, let's turn around. Let's see the cabin. How about that?
Thank you for flying with us.
There's no passengers. I haven't enabled the feature inside GSX, by the way, for this plane. Hey, jetway's floating. Cool. But yeah, check out the seating config, guys. You get 2 on one side, 3 on the other side. I purposely bought the the seats over here. My wife and I, we traveled. But we did have our little one, so I think on the return leg, we had 3 seats to ourselves, so that was nice. So we can have a whole row, but it's very comfortable, surprisingly. It's a beautiful airplane, very, very comfortable to fly in. Nothing special, right? It's just quiet, except when you hear that howl, it's so distinct. Oh, I think Silver Airways is managing us. Rest in peace, Silver. Oh, they're gone. Let's go outside. Yeah, so I don't know if you saw the message from GSX. Oh, look at the bus doing mock Jesus on the taxiway. Yeah, they slowed down. They know we saw them. Wow. Yeah, so guys, this is no fault of the airplane or the scenery. This is my fault. I have not set up a profile yet again. I just want to beat a dead horse. But it is cool. Nevertheless, it looks great. Ground crew is doing their job, even though Silver Airways does no longer doesn't exist anymore. But hey, and look at that. They even parked this way beyond the lines there. There's the A220. So I got to configure this gate. Oh, hold on. I want to show you guys the inside. So let me show you my perspective when I flew in here. Go through the gate. Yada, yada, yada. Yep. This is exactly how it looked. My son and I held him right here. And we were just stalking the pilot. Literally, he was chilling in there. We're watching him press buttons and do stuff. Yep. This connects. Makes a right. Yeah, this looks exactly the same, man. This is fantastic. All right, let's speed it up. Got a long way.
King Air 908, Papa ready.
Let's see.
Taxi.
Oh no, what happened here? There we go. Yep. Yep, this is exactly how it looks. Starbucks right there. Yep. Actually, I think there's a bar here. This is a little off, but whatever. Hold on, hold on. I gotta get some tunes, guys. This is too quiet. This is awkward. Hold on, hold on. There we go. Yeah.
King Air 908, Papa.
Again, this scenery by MK Studios. Pretty awesome, man. Way better than what we had before.
Via Bravo 6 Alpha, Alpha 4, King Air 908, Papa.
Good day, Delta 1072, request IFR clearance to destination Atlanta.
You guys heard that? Oh, look at Delta. What are you doing, Delta? What are you doing in here, bro? We've got an Airbus stuck inside the terminal. We're gonna ignore that. Is that a 7.3? Yeah, it's 7.3. It's a Max. That's hilarious. All right, cool. Let's go back to the jet. There go the passengers. They're walking through the fuselage. Awesome. Gotta love GSX, man. It makes for some hilarious content. Oh, cargo doors. Whoops. Hold on. My bad.
Good afternoon.
I didn't even open those doors. There we go. That looks better. That looks more better. Oh god. All right, let me lower the music just a bit and I'll give you guys some closing thoughts on what I think about the Synaptic IniBuilds love child here, the A220. Well, if you're just tuning in, then you guys will know that I've been pretty critical, right? It's a fantastic add-on. Don't get me wrong. What you get is something unique.
Baggage loading complete.
Shut up, bro. You're cop blocking. What you get is a very unique add-on, right? You get something that is new, fresh, unique to the flight simming environment. We're not flying an Airbus. We're not flying a Boeing. And that's right. This is an A220. But if you don't know the backstory, this is a Bombardier product. The CS300 developed, I think, like 8-9 years ago. And then Airbus bought it because Airbus does Airbus things, you know? I don't know. But yeah, it is branded as the A220, but this is a Bombardier. Those same people that make the Global, the Challenger, CRJs, etc., and Learjet. But anyways, guys, fantastic product. It is awesome. It is beautiful, looks great, looks the part. All the systems works. No bugs on my end to report as of today. As of right now, this is version 1.0.1 with the hotfix. Unfortunately for me, that hotfix is absolute garbage. Did nothing for my performance, okay? So let me just be very honest. I'm disappointed in the product because of the price point and the performance that I'm getting out of it. And just to reiterate, I'm running a 5090, 64 gigs of RAM, 7950 X3D on a 4K monitor that I always run everything on Ultra on, literally every other plane that I own and I fly, and I never ever have abysmal performance like I'm seeing here. But this is the typical case with anything that AnyBuilds touches, so shame on you, AnyBuilds, seriously. I feel like I have the right as a consumer to say that. If that pisses you guys off on the AnyBuild side, then oh well, you know, cry me a river. Go cry in your thousands of dollars you guys are making. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why every other developer figures out how to optimize their aircraft, and especially when AnyBuilds is a developer that gave us default aircraft, the A320neo, the A321, the A330, and other airplanes that they have their hands on, and they still can't figure out how to optimize stuff. So you know what? I don't feel bad for expressing my discontent or my issues. So if AnyBuilds, anybody from your team or from your brand or Synaptic, if you guys are watching this at any given time, please, for the love of God and everything that is holy, fix this. Please fix it. Don't let a great opportunity and great product be put to shame because of your constant issue. I don't know what it takes to develop an airplane. I can only imagine the countless hours, nights, and days, especially with the sophisticated avionics that you guys are modeling, right? I know the A350 has insane systems depth. It looks like the A220, from what I've been able to scratch at the surface, thus far has the same, if not even more, level of detail. So I don't know what it takes, but I do know that every other developer out there right now has given us similar products that look great, fly great, feel great, and sound great, and they figured out how to optimize it for today's modern environment. So please, for the love of everything that is holy, please do better. Please don't let this go on for another 6 months or a year. Make this product really live to its potential so that you can really see how people can enjoy it, not having this subpar performance. Again, that's Captain Gonzo's opinions with that Flight Sim channel. If you guys don't like that, I am sorry, but I am not going to hide away and say that this is perfect. It is not perfect by any means. And it's that one little thing, performance, literally the one thing that will kill your entire Flight Simulator experience. If you got crappy performance, you're not gonna be able to enjoy it the same way. If I was running this thing at 40, 50 frames a second, I would say that this is one of my favorite add-ons today. But it isn't. I enjoy it. I love flying it. I feel like I've gotten used to it after 3 flights. This would be my 3rd flight on it. But I can't get over the fact that this is the performance I'm getting. And yep, I don't know what else to say. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments if you're watching this in the future. Let me know if you got tired of listening to me ramble and rant about AnyBuilds and Synaptic. Again, it's not my intention, but I want to be blunt with you because this product has been out for just over 24 hours, maybe a little bit over. And some of you are probably watching this to get some decision-making input, right? Should I buy this? Should I not? Well, here it is. This is my opinion. This product needs to be refined. It needs to be optimized before more people start to purchase it, because I don't want to even think about the amount of issues people are going to have across varying systems. So again, take that with a grain of salt, guys. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. Alpha, thank you so much for the donation. Really means a lot. I love that you are giving us that help, and that you found the value behind our other videos and stuff. And that's ultimately why we do these types of live streams and videos, so that you guys can learn and get the first news of new releases like this one up close and personal, so that you guys can make a decision. It is a costly add-on. Again, I think I paid $66 to $68 US. I can't remember. So it kind of hurts, especially when the performance is piss poor. So with that being said, guys, I hope you learned something. I hope you can take something away from this video, and feel free to come back in the future if you're watching this and let me know what suggestions you have to make this experience a little bit better, until AnyBuilds and Synaptic get their heads out of their rear ends. So with that being said, guys, Captain Gonzo with that Flight Sim channel, wishing you all smooth landings, happy flying, and hopefully we'll be seeing you very, very soon. So long, guys.